Project-based learning versus a traditional project. The traditional unit has a lecture, an activity, and a quiz. Then a new standard, so a new lecture, a new activity, and a new quiz to check for understanding. We're going to review before the exam to make sure the kids do well in the exam, and we're pretty sure they forgot what happened in the first lecture. And then we do the project. The project is often the most engaging part of the unit, and it's at the very end. In project-based learning, we flip this around and we start with the project launch. Since the project is typically the most engaging part of any unit, why not start with the most engaging part instead of leaving it towards the end? In a traditional unit, you're pulling learners along for 4 weeks so they can get to the project. In a PBL unit, you start with the most engaging part by launching the project through an entry event. Now, at the beginning of your 4-week unit, you now have learners engaged and excited about the work ahead of them. So you launch with a community partner and an entry event. The same best practices you are using in your traditional project can still work in a PBL unit. The activities, the workshops, lectures, although typically not a 46-minute lecture, you can put labs or research. This is your scaffolding to help your learners learn those deep power standards that are involved in your PBL unit. Then you have a benchmark. Your benchmark could be a traditional quiz to check for understanding or a performance task. You could also have a benchmark to make sure your students are moving along on their end product creation. You'll continue to hold standards-based and needs-based workshops to ensure content mastery while students are solving a real-world problem. At the end of their PBL unit, your students are going to present in front of an authentic audience, and they know that from the very beginning. So this is 4 weeks of knowing that this PBL unit and the work that they're doing is really important. So important that community partners are coming in to hear. Your students present their real-world solution to an authentic audience. Now they're going to reflect on the entire process because we know that experience is not the best teacher, but evaluated experience is the best teacher. Now let me show you what a PBL unit looks with content involved. During the entry event, you have Mike from the Hemophilia Society come in and talk to your learners, and he is going to launch with this question. Every day, there are parents who find out that their child has a genetic disease, and they want to know the answer to 2 questions. Number 1, is my child going to be okay? And number 2, they want to know everything there is to know about that disease. Hey, 8th graders, would you help these parents solve question number 2, everything there is to know about these diseases? We need you to research and create a pamphlet or PSA or video to put in a doctor's office to help educate these parents. Will you do this? Even the most apathetic learner puts their head up and says, yes, I will help these parents. So then you move on and say, well, it's great that you want to help, but do you know how to use a Punnett square? Well, I don't even know what a Punnett square is. Well, that's a bummer. We can't help these parents unless we know what a Punnett square is and how to use it. Do you want me to teach you about the Punnett square? Yes, teach me the Punnett square so that I can help these parents. And now you've seen the switch in project-based learning versus a traditional unit. Your learners are now learning with inquiry and true engagement. They want to learn so they can solve this real-world problem. So you're going to have workshops on the Punnett square. You're going to have a benchmark, a traditional quiz to make sure that they understand it and they can use it. Then you're going to do some technical writing in your language arts class so they can create this pamphlet that educates parents on a genetic disease like hemophilia. They're going to present their information to an authentic audience of parents, doctors, and nurses. These community partners give feedback to help enhance student solutions. And then these products actually go into a doctor's office to actually help these parents learn about these different diseases so that these parents can live a better life with their children. After presentations, you're going to reflect with your learners about the impact their work has made on the world and the standards they have learned. That is the difference between project-based learning and a traditional project.